Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of This Week in an Hour with this time brand new mics.
So if we sound shitty,
So
it's us now. It's not the mics.
Shitty, that sucks because we just spent a bunch of money on these mics. But so yeah, we're your host Jackson,
Brad,
and Luke.
Hopefully we don't sound shitty. Hopefully we sound good.
Hopefully
Nice and crisp.
I mean, hopefully if we do sound shitty, it's us ourselves that sound shitty, not the mic quality that sounds shitty. Like hopefully we sound shitty in high definition right now. But yeah, we got new mics. Me and Jackson went for a little drive, went to a couple different stores, and we went into Best Buy. And we knew exactly what we were looking for. Like, so we went up to this guy. Seemed like a nice guy. A little awkward, but it was fine. We asked him where the specific mic is, so he takes us over to the mics. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's the one we're looking for right there. So I take one off the shelf. He's like, oh, perfect. There you guys go. And then he starts fixing the shelf, like to like bring all of them forward facing it. We grab the rest of the mics.
The rest of them. He's like, oh, okay. Have fun with whatever you guys are setting up.
And then, yeah, so we're locked and loaded with the new mics.
You're just like using microphones as weapons, twirling around.
I wonder if like
that'd be well, actually, weapons are pretty
imagine
expensive
you
too.
take three of them and then make some sort of like triangle mic.
what about those the flail,
weapon.
but with
A
mics?
flail with mics.
But I wonder if that guy's like standing around at work, not doing anything. He's like, what the fuck were those guys doing with that many mics?
He had to knew we were up to something.
He had to knew.
He had to knew it. He knew.
He had to knew, man.
He know what's going on.
He do know. He do be knowing.
You do now know
what
we did.
Knowing on, baby.
We completely fucked up. Me and Jackson walked out. We were like, that was the first time we've ever had the opportunity to plug our podcast to somebody.
Yeah,
and we didn't fucking do it.
We didn't even tell him like, hey man, yeah, we're doing a podcast. Like, go check us out at This Week in an Hour on Instagram.
In that exact voice.
Yeah.
You can find us on Google, Spotify,
He's like, that guy's
and
fucking
Apple.
insane.
He's probably gonna kill someone with these microphones tonight.
But before we went there, we went to another place, and he's like, "So, what are you guys looking for?" We're like, "Oh, we're looking for mics." He's like, "Oh, what are you looking for to like do with them?" We're like, "Oh, we have a podcast." He's like,
Did
"Okay."
you plug it then?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Well, no, we said if he had asked,
Yeah,
he didn't ask.
he-
He seemed he was probably like, these guys probably have
Losers.
like no, they're just starting.
These
They've
guys
never-
are noobs.
Yeah. Yeah, 16 podcasts. So are you? But so he's like, okay, so what are you looking for? I was like, well, we're looking for 3 identical mics, not like crazy expensive because we're buying 3. We're like, we want to be like,
We're not.
we were going
we're not
into
pro yet.
yeah, like we were.
We're
Me and Jackson went
semi-pro.
into it. And we're like, if we can go like $75, $80 a mic with everything, that'd be perfect. So this guy, what do you know, takes us to the corner, points out the second most expensive mic there. It's like $180. He's like, yeah, there you go. I think that's like the only mic that would really work for what you're doing. We're like, and then above this mic, there's another mic that's $120 that says podcasting mic on it. I'm like, what about that one? He's like, I guess that would do the trick.
Yeah. Oh, we only got one of those in stock.
Yeah, they only had one of everything too. And I was like,
Yeah.
that was one of the things we specified was we need
want
3 for today.
We need 3 today. Okay, sure, no problem.
Sure.
Best
we
I
got
can
one.
get over there. I'll take these ones. Yeah, best I can do. 1 for today. Couple weeks shipping. We'll get you.
That's
the
what.
other
Well,
2.
no, he's like one of them we could get to like tomorrow from Moncton, and the other one's in Nova Scotia, so like a week or so. I wanted to
We're
be like,
like,
well, probably longer now. But he's like, yeah, we get a van goes back and forth every week. Oh yeah, but yeah, that was our journey to this.
Factor in having to sit at the border for a week. I bet.
Probably charges extra. He's like, that $180 mic's now $220.
Well, no, the border's open now.
Is it?
It only lasted for like 24 hours. Yeah, that'll be a little teaser for later on this episode. But yeah,
Yeah, Brad, we're back by the way.
we're
mention
yeah,
that.
we had a little hiccup there on the new system,
Yeah, we're
but
back.
it's all good, I think. I don't know yet, but we'll see how it goes. We are noobs to this sort of stuff. So that guy in the store, if he was judging us, was definitely right to judge us.
Hey, Larry from Best Buy. Thanks for listening to our podcast.
No, it'll just take a couple episodes to get used to. Probably like this is my first time with a soundboard, so
And we also don't have mic stands yet. So
yeah, it's
it
kind
might
of
vary
annoying
where
our sounds are coming from and how loud we are and stuff. I'll try and
We'll post a picture of the mics though, so people can see what we're working with.
Yeah.
Because we're big ballers now with our mics. I feel like
Shout out to Audio Technica.
I don't know who would be a cool singer to feel like. I feel like
John Legend.
I was thinking, yeah, sure. I was thinking like Freddie Mercury.
You're probably
or something,
thinking like
but
more like Alan Jackson or something.
Nope.
Like another teaser for later on.
Sure.
Maybe Celine Dion. Is that
Sure.
Yeah.
You're just the fucking teaser
That's what
man
you-
today.
Yeah.
That's what you feel like?
Jackson's just a big tease today.
I'm just the big tease.
Yeah, like how he started picking some of the splinters out of my back, but didn't finish the job.
Hey,
He's
it's
not
your
strong
fault.
enough.
I didn't want to sit over there, and you did.
Luke,
so.
you really gotta refinish your deck or something.
Yeah, you got to just take a sander and just.
Yeah, how about you do it, Jackson?
I will.
I'll give you permission. You can come
Okay.
sand my deck.
I will sand your deck.
And I'll just drink beer and watch you.
Okay.
I'll also come watch.
You can play music.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
But yeah, speaking about your
Every time you
your
look
deck,
down shocked, I'm scared that they're cut out again.
Speaking of your deck, though,
Oh my god, listen.
nice
to this.
little
Dude, this guy's a fucking professional.
dude. I'm a professional Segway driver. I just drive all the Segways through them all like Paul Blart. But yeah, we had a nice barbecue today. Posted on the Instagram. If you guys saw that, little pre-pod Barbie.
Yeah, instead of going out and eating shit food like we normally do, I figured I'd cook a little meal for us instead.
Might be the cheaper option.
Definitely cheaper for you too.
Yeah, free food. Can't say no to that.
So I expect
gonna make
Jackson to
us-
cook us frozen
Oh,
pizza. or
no,
we're
something.
no,
gonna have a
I'm gonna
fucking
make
feast,
you
baby. We're gonna have fucking
Filet
air
mignon,
fried,
like-
air fried dumplings,
Oh,
air fried
yeah,
taquitos, probably
Oh.
some fucking chicken nuggets.
I could.
No,
I've never had air
I haven't
fried
bought
before.
chicken. I don't think I've ever bought chicken nuggets.
That is definitely a
like
huge
other than
lie.
McDonald's ones,
That's
obviously.
a huge lie.
No, I've never bought the Jane's packs of chicken nuggets. Like
He
my
knows
parents,
I didn't even know the brand of chicken nuggets, and you're like, yeah, no, I've never.
because they
bought-
make
because I buy the chicken
because they
strips.
make
idiot.
chicken strips, chicken burgers,
There's more
fish.
bread on the strip.
No, I used to eat them at my parents' house, but I haven't bought them by myself. Living on my own for 3 years.
I almost honestly, I'm
Nice
kind of,
toast.
I'm as skeptical about this as I am that you're not a ranch guy. Like I still every
I
time
don't
I
like
see ranch,
ranch
I think, and
bottles.
I'm like, Jackson says he's not a ranch guy, but I think he's definitely a ranch guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm still like I can sit back and
you
do this
think-
right now. I don't know
I
why
think he's
I'm
a
all hunched
closeted
over.
ranch fan.
No, if you
No, I
think that
don't
yellow
like
Gatorade
ranch.
is green, you definitely drink bottles of ranch.
No.
No, you're more than a casual fan, Jackson. You're fucking.
He's a
diehard.
fanatic.
He's
Oh,
a
ranch
God.
fanatic.
A ranch fanatic, and he drinks bottles of ranch. I see
can
him
see
doing
it.
it before.
Have you ever seen like the Eric
Late at
Andre
night.
when he's drinking the fucking ranch?
No, when
That's
Caitlin gets
Jackson.
her sub
Oh,
with
Caitlin likes
tons of ranch, like extra ranch on it, it
Ranch,
just
lettuce,
grosses me
pickles.
out. Yes.
That's it. No meat.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it's meat.
Oven
Oh, I was
roasted
gonna say,
chicken.
what the-
Ew,
That's
that,
literally yeah,
that'd be
chicken,
disgusting. Just
Chicken ranch, like a bottle of ranch.
Wyatt must love ranch. There's no
no,
way.
he doesn't like ranch either.
Really, normally extremely picky eaters love ranch.
No, I don't.
Wyatt
like ranch.
also eats his pizza with literally just pizza sauce.
That's black. That's
That's
so
not
funny.
even pizza.
He doesn't even have
It's
like
only
he
a
won't put
psychopath.
pepperoni on it.
I mean, he'd put like
What
ground hamburger.
And like yeah,
No cheese,
So
though.
he'd pick it off like.
So
say
he
there's
doesn't like
cheese. on it.
cheese.
No,
I don't think I can ever talk to Wyatt again. Cheese is the best fucking thing ever made.
I mean I don't really like cheese that much.
Get
Like
He
out of
also
my
doesn't
house
like
right
bacon.
no, I like cheese on like tacos, pizza, like
With my ranch.
nachos, everything like that. But I just don't.
You wouldn't, like,
eat a
like
chunk.
a-
no,
like
Well,
I,
yeah, I'm not. I'm
won't
not
eat a
going.
chunk of cheese.
I remember when I
a
would-
bite out of a block of cheese. Why?
No, but like you
Well,
go cut a, like sometimes I'd
I'll
go
cut a
just cut
little-
a piece off or
No.
whatever.
Well,
and
no.
I've asked Jackson before. I remember when we lived together. I was like, "Do you want pizza?" And he's like, "No, I don't eat cheese like that." I was like,
I
Yeah, I
don't,
only eat
I don't
melted
very
cheese.
often do that
Yeah,
anymore
basically,
though.
that's true.
Normally it's like I'm cutting cheese up to put in something, and then I'm like, may as well treat myself to a little slice. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
I ain't about that life.
Sometimes I'll just do like cheese.
I
and
ain't a
pickles or
cheese
something.
freak.
Cheese and crackers,
Yeah, cheese, a little bit of crackers, maybe pickles.
pickles.
Rather than
What's your
rice
bet?
cake.
What do you think is the best, Jackson? Even though you hate cheese, apparently, what do you think? Jackson just gave me a look for saying that. What do you guys think is the best cracker to go with cheese? You just get an old cheddar. What?
Sociable.
Yeah,
Sociables are like probably the best like crackers for
I can think of one that I think slightly
apps
better,
and
but
stuff, like-
I like
Sociables are
Ritz.
good.
Ritz. Yeah, Ritz are good, but I wouldn't go.
Toppables.
Toppables are good too, but
Toppables.
I wouldn't go like if I'm going salmon.
Like the saltine crackers?
Yeah.
They're like the green. They're a green box and they're a little bit like
They're
rectangular.
rectangle.
They're really.
Oh,
They have a
I'm
good
thinking of
taste
something
to them.
different.
Yeah, I used to muck them all the time. Like I used to
They're
eat
fucking
boxes
good.
of them just by themselves. But like if I'm out, like when I go down to Nova
one
Scotia,
side.
It used to be crackers and now it's chips.
when I go down to Nova Scotia, we always like when we go to my grandparents' house, we always
Not
have
yesterday.
like what?
Not yesterday.
No. We always have like a bunch of like either toppables or sociables out, and we have like smoked salmon and like cheeses and stuff. Like I like
Oh, that's
sociables
fucking
for
good.
those.
Oh my god. You know what else is really good is this is a hot take. Melba toast are fucking unreal.
They're too
Oh.
hard. I don't know. They're
I haven't had them in a
It's a
while.
good
It's not the
hurt.
worst thing in the world.
they're too dry, I find. I don't know.
They are super dry, but they're still good. I don't know what it is. I enjoy them. I never buy them, but like normally for Christmas, like one of like the small gifts I'll get is like my parents will buy me a bunch of random shit that I used to eat as a kid a lot.
Yeah.
And this year it was Melba toast, and I hadn't had them in like 4 years, and I was like, this is
Weird.
amazing. But
Feels
yeah,
wrong, but it just tastes so right.
well, to get off the old
Like a stretch.
Melba toast talk,
I'm sorry.
we can move to the first piece of news that happened this week that is kind of interesting. John McAfee was found dead in his jail cell.
After saying that he would never kill himself.
Did he say that?
Yeah,
you see
he
his
tweeted that.
tweets? I'll show you.
He
now.
tweeted like, if I ever found dead in my jail cell, like or something like that, it was someone
It wasn't
killed
me.
me,
Like, he's like,
like,
I like it here.
I'm having a good time. Like I would never take my own life.
That dude lived an insane life. This
Here
guy
it is right here. I'm content in here. I have friends. The food is good. All is well. Know that if I hang myself, a la Epstein, it will be no fault of mine.
he's a crazy fucking guy, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't even know who he was.
So he made McAfee, the
And I
antivirus.
don't even know what that is either.
It's
Mac.
but basically
No,
any
I've
Windows
never.
computer automatically has it installed on it, and it's not worth getting it. Windows Defender is literally as good as it now. But back in the day, it was like the best antivirus. Dude was like borderline billionaire off of this, so he moved to some fucking random country that wasn't the like most well off country, and he like it was fucked. He had like his own private army and everything, and like he had like a bunch of land, a private army, and he was just like, yeah, this is me now.
What a weirdo.
But yeah, he died. I didn't know that. That's even more interesting.
Yeah.
I saw people saying that it's because he has information on like,
Clinton.
whoa, I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, the Clintons.
Now, Brad, they're gonna come after us now.
Now
Hey,
it-
if we're found dead within a couple weeks,
It
wasn't us.
Well, no, it wasn't us.
it was me. I killed them. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. Does he deserve the R.I.P.? Rest in peace, John McAfee. Why not?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, rest in peace.
yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for defending my computer when I was a young boy,
Yeah, playing all those games.
thinking I just want a free iPhone. All that, but
Ah.
paid antivirus is just not worth it anymore.
What are you doing?
I gotta stretch out my leg, dude. My knees locked
Stretch it
up.
out that way.
But-
you're bumping the computer.
Paid antivirus, not worth it to anybody. Just so you know, there's a scoring system that they assess the quality of antiviruses, and your free Windows Defender that comes on any Windows computer has the exact same rating as all other antiviruses.
And guess what? Macs can't get viruses. So
Jackson, I'm pretty sure you have a virus
Bad.
on your Mac.
no, I don't have viruses anymore.
Anymore. There we go. Yeah.
I got a Mac Keeper or something, or Mac Cleaner X. I don't know. Clean my Mac X. There we go.
I don't.
What the? Brad is. Me and Brad are sitting on the same
I
couch.
don't want you to think that this is what it looks
And
like, Jackson. I really do. Just
Let me
need to
paint
stretch
this
out my
picture
legs.
for you. So, we're trying to have a nice civil conversation here about antiviruses. Brad's just like stretching his leg out under the table towards me. I'm like, okay, like kind of move that
Playing a
on the
I
little
don't
other
bit
like
side.
feet.
footsies.
Please don't
And then
touch me.
I lean up for a second, and then I go look behind me glance out of the corner of my eye. Brad's leg sprawled out directly behind me. Like, I can't lean back now. He's like,
He just misses
ready.
being nice and close to you with the old mics.
He's open V, like ready for me to enter.
Spread eagle. Basically saying, "Come to me, Jackson."
Like, no.
The
Not in me, but
podcast
to
gets
me.
pretty hot and heavy.
It's actually kind of cold in here.
It is actually kind of chilly.
It's good. Keeps you alive.
I might have to throw on one of our new T-shirts to keep warm.
Yeah.
Plug. Self-plug. Yeah.
Self-plug sold out merch.
We're
Hell
all
yeah.
sold out. Yeah. I thank you again for everyone who is listening and has bought a shirt.
And you're welcome to the one person that it's been delivered to so far.
Yeah.
Get at us for people that know. Actually, I suppose everybody, like,
Yeah.
7 people have gotten them.
Really? Already?
Well, you.
I haven't
Well,
gotten mine yet.
Us three.
Jackson, you have it on right now. Oh.
I have a
You
Supreme
were
shirt on
holding
right
it.
now.
You were holding it, though. But yeah, yours are here, so they're basically delivered, yours and Caitlin's. So,
And Erica has hers.
Yeah.
yeah, and Phoenix has hers. So,
And we're shipping out.
and then
the ones
Nicholas
that need to
Vale.
be-
Hey, shout out to Nick. He told
Yeah.
me that he actually listens every week, so shout out, Nick. Thank
Let's
you.
go.
Like to hear that. I cried on the drive. I was so
So happy.
I'll make sure I bring up a lot more random shit for you too, Nick, because that was his comment. Was it we talked about some really random shit? So
Well, the Fox News Odd News must be right up his alley.
also, what kind of crackers go best with cheese?
Yeah, true. True. We're only on our first topic today, and we're already like 15 minutes in, probably.
It's the new mics. This is a big thing that is. We used to all have to sit in very uncomfortable positions when we recorded.
Yeah, now we're just leaning back,
Now
like
we're-
casual, like just
This is how we would.
talking.
This is how we'd sit while we actually talked. Like it's nice. It's a lot more natural flow. Jackson's able to fucking grope himself now while he fucking records. But yeah, speaking of that, I bet the audio quality is better this podcast.
Yeah, me too. But that's a pretty good segue, considering you said bet, into our next topic.
It's not a good segue when you explain it like that.
Yeah,
after.
when you. Yeah, exactly.
You just need to say it's like, yeah, betting, single game betting.
Yeah, speaking of betting.
No, you're keeping.
No, I'm not keeping that in. Fuck
Speaking
that.
of betting,
We
Luke,
gotta-
didn't you win a bet last night?
I did win a bet, and it was my first legal single game bet.
Whoa.
Wait, was it legal yesterday?
Shit.
Okay, so I allegedly won a bet yesterday. On
I think it was legal yesterday. Yeah.
it's yeah.
Shout
I've
out
never
to
really-
Harry, Shooting Belt, Sports Make Moolah on Instagram. Yeah, he posted the other day that single game betting's now legal. So, what are
Pretty
you guys'
exciting
thoughts on
stuff.
that?
Well, I was gonna invest in a couple of gambling sites, like with stocks, because of the thing, but I'm glad it happened. I mean, it's weird that it wasn't. It's more. I think it's more unfair to consumers to not have single game betting, and
Well,
it's
I think
more
that's
in
probably
favor.
why they-
Yeah, because it was more in favor of the gambling companies because we had to bet on multiple
Yeah,
games.
it was less chance of you winning.
I feel
Yeah.
like gambling is like bigger now. Was that just was that just me like coming in?
I think there used to be a lot of judgment for gambling, and now people are like,
Making money off
Yeah.
it so that
and
Other
like,
people are like, oh.
maybe that's why they're like finally like, oh, okay, like fuck it, like there's enough people gambling, we make enough money as is, like maybe we'll finally like give the consumer the benefit of the doubt and
yeah.
turn it to single game betting. Like,
Let me just lose my money on one game at a time, not
exactly,
three.
you
Like,
fucking dicks.
yeah, and a lot of younger people are not like underage, but I mean some are probably underage, yes, but there's a lot more younger people gambling now, I feel like, than there used to be.
well, I feel like it also helps that sports are a lot more regulated now, too.
Yeah.
Because like back in the day, like people would be betting on boxing matches that were rigged and stuff like that, or like now. There's a lot less likelihood that you're losing your money to a fucking fixed game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
True.
I think it's good. I mean, I'm happy with it. I'm gonna start only betting on single games now.
Yeah, it's nice.
Probably
Just have
be
a bit-
easier to, honestly, like easier
Oh.
way to build up like a
It
small amount of money.
Depends. What I'll do is typically I'll do single games, but then sometimes I'll do like if I'm doing a single game bet, I'll bet like $10, $5 or $10 depending. But if I'm betting a parlay between like multiple games, I'll bet like $2 or like $2.50 because like you're probably not going to win, but if you do hit it, you're going to fucking
Get a pretty nice payout.
yeah. But yeah, I'm happy. Finally can bet on single games.
I think maybe I'll take a peek at betting a little bit more.
Maybe I'll
I've
start
never
getting
really-
into it.
Yeah, it's not really
Jackson,
exciting.
I don't think you should start.
Jackson's like, I'm 500 in the hole right now, but like I got a couple sure things coming this week, man. I swear to God, like I'm gonna fucking make it.
It's like Dawson.
He's-
Dawson.
I'm up 1,000.
I showed Dawson the app I use, and he's messaging me the next week.
Yeah, he's like betting on
bet
soccer."
on this Yugoslavian women's soccer game. I'm like, what? And then Riley
It's
too.
a lock, bro.
Riley's like, yeah, this fucking table tennis player's won me so much money. I'm like, why are you betting on table tennis?
I feel like Jackson would go right down that same rabbit hole.
Jackson be betting on stuff like who's gonna be the next Jeopardy host, or like fucking who's gonna be the runner-up on MasterChef Zimbabwe. Like it would just be like,
Go down the rabbit holes of the niche markets.
that's where the big odds are. Speaking of, actually, I'll say one other kind of funny single game betting story. So I'm watching the last day of the U.S. It was the U.S. Open was the most recent one, right? So I'm getting the most recent
Yes, it
PGA
was US Open.
U.S. Open, and it was giving me the odds of like the guy that was in first and the guy that was in second still had really good odds. I was like, this is kind of strange, but okay, I'll bet money on it, because it was like $5 paid out $75 on the guy that was winning. So I bet my money. I'm watching it for like a couple hours, and then like he was still in first. I was like, I might, if it lets me, go put another $5 on him, because it was like, it's like a surefire bet. I go in and then I read. I was fucking betting. I bet on two different guys to win. I was betting for the next fucking championship, and I was all pumped, like, oh my god, I'm gonna win $150.
You were betting on the Open Championship.
Yeah, like the next one in like next month.
Jeez.
So,
You can bet that far in ahead?
oh yeah, once things are announced, you can bet on them.
Wow.
So, Rory or fucking Bryson better fucking win the next one. We'll see, because Bryson, I got fucking $10 on now. So
Better not fuck it up, Bryson.
yeah, Bryson.
We're
win.
coming for your knees.
Imagine if he actually wins it though. That'd be pretty nice. $10 into $150. How are you? I mean, he absolutely fell the fuck apart, but
Yeah, so maybe he'll come back with a vengeance.
that's true. Let's hope so. So
This next one's close to home.
yeah. Speaking of vengeance, I think a lot of people want to take out vengeance on the province of Nova Scotia right now.
One of the teasers I mentioned earlier. The blockade that happened yesterday between
the border.
New Brunswick and Nova Scotian borders.
I found it hilarious that there was people blaming New Brunswick for Nova Scotia not letting people in.
How dare you?
They're like,
Yeah, it was like
yeah, Blaine Higgs,
Evildoers.
maybe not the best guy, but they're like, fuck Blaine Higgs, he won't let us in Nova Scotia. It's like, it's not it's not Blaine Higgs, it's not letting you in Nova Scotia.
yeah, it's Nova Scotia that's not. Well, no, it's not that you can't go in. It's that you have to self-isolate for 14 days coming back to New Brunswick, whereas anywhere else in Canada, you can just go and come back and you don't have to isolate now for New Brunswick. Which I don't really... Maybe Nova Scotia. I think Nova Scotia.
No, it was you had to isolate when you got to Nova Scotia. You could come back to New Brunswick, not have to isolate. It's Nova Scotia because
No, you can go there fine. And
no,
it's
that's why
14 days
there's a
on
blockade
back.
at the borders. You're not allowed in without isolating, because the whole thing was Nova Scotia said it wasn't worth the risk because New Brunswick was letting people from all over the country in.
Yeah.
So that's why they shut it down, because they're like, New Brunswick will have people from Quebec and like Alberta, Ontario, and we don't want
All them
New
coming into
Brunswickers to
Nova
bring
Scotia,
COVID
yeah.
into Nova Scotia.
But they announced it like the night before.
Yeah, for weeks leading up, they were
Yeah,
because
because they were about to, like, it was, yeah, like you said, it was literally like the night before. They were like, nope, no Atlantic bubble with New Brunswick. You guys have to self-isolate now.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
When New Brunswick is like, well, we are.
And my parents
fine
were
with
going
it.
down there next weekend, and then they had to cancel because
they might still be okay.
no, they haven't changed it yet. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but in a week's time, you never know. Is what I'm saying. Like maybe next week they're like, yeah, we'll open it up this week.
But they're letting people in from PEI. So apparently, if you're from New Brunswick, you go to PEI and then go from PEI to Nova Scotia, and you're fine.
Odd.
Yeah, weird workarounds. I mean,
If you want to go to Nova Scotia that bad,
I mean, give it a month and there's not going to be any issues. I
No.
don't think everything's going to be fine. So
I saw it's almost like our own little Suez Canal, though, because there was a thing that the Nova Scotia Seafood Alliance was calling for an end to the blockade because they had 11 trucks carrying fresh or frozen lobster that were each shipment was worth between $400,000 to $900,000.
Yeah, my cousin works for Gordon Food Services, and he like got the day off work and everything last like day or two because the trucks didn't have like that were supposed to come from Nova Scotia, like they just couldn't, so like he was just had nothing to do.
couple free days off.
Couple free days off.
Thank you, Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
No, thanks, New Brunswickers.
Yeah. And I mean, related to the COVID news, Alberta.
Civil war between Nova Scotia. And
Oh my, yeah,
We would definitely win.
yeah. I don't think they're.
They got Air Force and Navy, and then we got Army. So
Yeah.
it's like
Hell yeah, brother.
Ooh, what's Navy gonna do
Yeah.
on land?
Air Force versus Army. Who wins? But speaking of COVID news in Canada, Alberta will be lifting all of its COVID restrictions on Canada Day.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
You guys want to go to Alberta?
Hell yeah.
If you don't want to wear a mask in Alberta.
I think a lot of people are still going to wear masks. I know a lot of people have said
yeah.
that they plan on still wearing masks.
As soon as we get the go ahead to not wear masks, that thing's coming off. Like, I don't disagree or like I don't mind wearing them, but I just like it's just an extra thing that I have to remember, and
I think in certain places
care.
I'd still consider wearing one. If I was going to like a really, really crowded event in the next like month. Yeah, so I think we can take it to everybody's favorite portion of the podcast. Fox News. Odd news. So what does Fox News have for us this week?
A couple goodies actually. First one starting off hot. An explosive beginning. Ohio residents find live grenade at home, sheriff's office says.
Shares what?
Sheriff's office says.
Oh.
Yeah, my houses are coming out pretty nice.
I'm going to take a guess what happened. Some crazy prepper person lived in the house before them, and he forgot one of his grenades.
Hanging out.
Nice.
It'd be kind of cool if you could just buy grenades.
That would be kind of nice.
Just toss them about.
Why
Toss
would
them
you
around.
need to toss grenades though?
Why not? It'd be kind of cool. Like it's like going and shooting guns, but instead you're throwing grenades.
Just
Odds are
pull the
there'd
pin,
probably be a
toss it.
lot more like injury and accident
You're right. I'll just start making my own.
to
I'll
I'll start
make
making
our own
pipe
bombs.
bombs.
And then you'd have the idiots out there trying to hunt like partridge and deer with grenades.
I'd be honestly very impressed if somebody killed a deer with a grenade, though.
Do you guys want to go fishing with dynamite?
That'd be pretty wild.
No, that's illegal.
Says who?
It's only illegal if you get caught.
Hey, wait, is it
Yeah.
illegal with grenades?
Yeah, where it just says dynamite.
This is a legally purchased grenade.
Legally from the black market.
Speaking of black market too, emergency crew rescues sex doll after mistaking it for drowning woman.
Oh, how do you?
That was probably somebody's wife.
Yeah. What was that other Fox?
Missing wife posters all over the city. It just does blow up doll.
Yeah.
How do you?
Betty blow up doll missing?
How do you mistake a blow up? That must have been a super.
It's one of those
realistic
real
one.
dolls, probably.
No, doesn't look to be super.
Let me check it out.
Kind of looks like
Oh my!
maybe.
It doesn't even. I don't
Let
know.
me see.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Oh, that's the Z36C.
I'm very familiar with that model.
Surprisingly lifelike in appearance.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, from the pictures.
Yes.
Yeah, emotional connection. you can
Don't go in the
make with
spare
one of
room.
those dolls. Speaking of costumes, no one said anything about costumes, but a woman wearing a fox costume chases daughter down Chicago streets.
Oh.
What is happening here?
It's like the
It's
huntress.
Halloween in summer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The
like,
huntress from Dead by Daylight.
See,
it's a
if it was
prank that
October
she pulled on her
31st,
daughter, which was pulled 3 years ago, has now just gone viral.
it what?
Oh,
It
what?
happened 3 years ago.
In October, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it was Halloween.
Weird.
Maybe it was.
Maybe
Did
it wasn't.
She
Trying to find here. It
kill
doesn't
her
say
daughter?
anything. She kills her daughter. It was just a prank, dude.
It's Halloween. What
Come
do you
on, leave me
expect?
alone.
Yeah, it's not saying it. Shoot. Oh, here we go. Everyone's favorite. A Florida man
Oh, Florida man.
allegedly pulls a gun on Starbucks employee over botched order, but not on just any employee.
Oh, must have been the manager.
What kind of employee was it, do you think?
This-
Jackson, I think I got another.
The store manager, maybe?
How about I read it and you pull this one last?
I can't find
It's
it.
on my right back, Jackson. I
You're right back.
You're right back.
I only see your center back here.
I can feel it poking into my skin. Keep going down.
Higher, lower?
Lower. Oh, right there.
We're doing a live medical procedure on the
Right around
podcast
there,
today.
Jackson.
Right there.
Yeah.
Brad's making
Ow.
hard eye contact with me as Jackson picks the splitter out of his
There's a
back.
splinter.
I
Luke's
can't
deck's a
find-
fucking splinter bomb.
We were drinking here one night, and Brad woke up the next day and had like
I can't get it
20
out. It's deep
splinters.
in
20,
there.
no, probably 30 splinters in my leg. And then I had to get them all removed by tweezer. It was awful. Okay, well, I'll just get that one on my back later. So
He'll figure out a way to get it out himself later.
Yeah, so what kind of employee are we thinking?
I'm thinking like store manager, maybe.
It turns out the person wasn't even an employee.
Ha! It was the local police chief's daughter.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
Not good.
Yeah, and the worst part is that this was all over because there just wasn't enough cream cheese on his bagel. This man-
What?
Yeah.
I mean, those
And you
places do notoriously rip you off on the whole cream cheese.
Oh, really? I've never gotten a bagel from.
I'm just saying overall.
Just like Tim's.
No, sometimes Tim Hortons can like literally pile it on.
Tim's,
like,
it's
have too
either hit or
much.
miss. Yeah, it's either
It's
too
either
much,
too much
or
or
not
not enough.
It's either you got cream cheese or you didn't get cream
Yeah.
cheese.
Yeah.
There's no happy medium.
But I mean, I could see, maybe the guy's hungover, not having the best day. He's like, cream cheese is gonna turn this around.
yeah.
No cream
gun on.
cheese.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna pull a gun on
not-
this 23-year-old girl.
He's having the Sunday scaries.
Not something you pull a gun on somebody for.
Yeah, there's one last one. David,
I have one after you.
You got one too?
Yeah.
Okay. David Bowie painting bought for $4 at Canadian thrift store, likely to sell at auction for tens of thousands.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome.
That'd be
That's
pretty
a good
nice.
deal.
That'd be a nice little thrifty find, huh?
Yeah.
He's the man who sold the painting.
Who's the man who sold the painting?
No, it's a joke. David Bowie's the song "The Man Who Sold the World."
I
Yeah.
see what you're saying.
It's a reference.
I'm not a big David Bowie guy myself, but
Me
He's-
neither.
I'm not a huge David Bowie guy, but he was a pretty talented musician.
why don't you marry him if you like him so
And
much?
this isn't on Fox News. What?
So why don't you like, or why don't you marry him if you like him so much?
Well, he's dead.
So
I mean,
each their own.
if he wants to.
You can always
Dead, I wouldn't
propose.
say no.
And this one's not Fox News odd news, but it is kind of odd news. I don't know if anybody else that listens to this knows who this guy is. It's Boogie0343 or something like that on YouTube. He was Francis. He did a lot of videos about he would rage quit Magic tournaments and flip tables while people were playing Magic. And he had a video about interrogating the people in his house about where his Mountain Dew was.
Yeah, I seen that one.
Yeah, I've
And
just not seen any of these videos.
oh, you should definitely check out the
Pretty
Mountain
funny.
Dew one. It's fucking hilarious.
I
But
don't know.
oh, it's worth it.
It's
We're gonna
Mountain
watch
Dew,
it
dude.
after
You'd
this.
love it. You love Mountain Dew.
I don't love Mountain Dew.
But so he
You
was
do
a,
the do though.
I do the do.
he was arrested this week because he's had an online stalker that's one of those IRL streamers that just streams fucking with people that people don't like and all this. And Boogie, he's a big guy. It actually said in his arrest record that he was 400 pounds.
Oh,
Big
Not
guy.
bad.
strong man.
Big thing with him. Well, he used to be even bigger, so he lost a bunch of weight. That's why that comes up. But so this is gonna help paint the picture, though. So he tells this guy, because the guy keeps harassing Boogie's come to my house in this state and I'll beat the shit out of you. So the guy actually shows up at the fucking Boogie's house. Boogie comes out with a pistol, but instead of shooting the guy, which this is the whole other thing after,
Just pistol whips him across
no,
the face.
shoots in the air warning shots and then starts chasing him, and the guy runs away, gets him arrested for aggravated assault. So it turns out in the state that he lives, it's more illegal to fire a warning shot than if he had shot and killed the guy. He would have been better off killing the guy than shooting his gun in the air.
What?
Because if he had shot the guy, it's like the castle something or other. It's like standing your ground, protecting your castle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
it's like some
you're on
weird-
my private property.
Yeah, so you're
so
like you
I
have the
can-
right to shoot him,
Yeah.
but because he shot in the air and you can't determine where the bullet's gonna land, it's aggravated assault and endangering a bunch of people.
Like endangering public or whatever.
Yeah. So this guy, like, imagine living somewhere where it's like you shot a gun in the air to try to get a guy that has come to your house to harm you. You get in more trouble than if you shot the guy.
Yeah, like
That's fucked.
you literally could just ended it by just literally shooting him.
But also imagine
maybe
being
in a
this
lag or
IRL
something, but-
streamer thinking, you know, Boogie's all berg, no bite. He's not going to do anything. You see this huge man run out of his house, shoot the gun in the air, and start chasing you. You're done. But fucked. Matt, I can't comprehend how that's something in the States. It's
Yeah,
like
I don't.
You're
Their
better
laws
off.
are so whack down there.
You're better off killing somebody than shooting a warning shot. But yeah,
America.
I thought that was very Fox News, odd news-esque. So
Well, something kind of to do with laws around guns and stuff in Canada. I think it's Canada. If someone's like in your home threatening you with a weapon or like shooting at you or like something like that, if you go to defend yourself and kill them, you
It's
like, or
manslaughter.
if you
Yeah.
shoot them in the arm or something, they can charge you
yeah.
Yeah.
and you can
You're
go
not
to
allowed to-
jail.
you're not
what the
allowed to
whole
use guns.
That's like what that's the opposite of America. If someone's in your
Yeah.
home or comes on your like you can literally shoot them and harm them, and it's considered self-defense.
Yeah.
There was a thing.
Yeah.
There
It's
was
like literally the
I think
opposite.
we might have talked about it one time before, but there was like a couple down in America that left a purse out. They had their garage door open with the purse like a foot into the garage, baiting people, and some German exchange student came to like get the purse and return it to them, like to be like, "Oh, you left your purse out." And the second he like, it was an inch in the garage, they shot him with a shotgun. They were baiting people so
Jesus
they
What
could
the
shoot
fuck?
people.
That's
Yeah.
a Fox News odd news.
But
right there.
they actually got in trouble because it was like you were literally baiting people. Like, you were
Yeah.
basically like putting out bait to kill
Yeah.
people. So
Did the guy die?
I think he actually did die.
That's
I'm not sure. I'd have to look
unfortunate.
it up. Oh, it's
What kind of-
terrible.
What kind of like person like that? Like how's that run
I don't
through
know.
your
People
mind?
are crazy down there.
They're like, I just got my new Remington. I want to use it. Like it's so fucked. Like, but yeah. Let's move on to better things. How
Yeah.
apparently solar power is bad for the environment.
Yeah, better things, eh? Yeah. So yeah, you know how like a lot of people have been switching to solar, and like a lot of places have like solar farms and all that now. Well, it's starting to come to that time where all their equipment is getting a little old and outdated. So there's kind of a concern that there's going to be a ton of like solar trash,
Literally.
like solar panel trash in the next couple of years that they're going to have to dispose of, and like the landfills can't handle it and stuff. So it's kind of like the dark side to clean
Solar.
energy.
Yeah. Dark side of the moon, dude.
But I'm sure that there's
Dark
a
side
way
of
to
the sun?
calculate does the benefits outweigh that, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you're coming out even slightly ahead, then it's worth it.
Because like they need to figure out a different
break them
way to
down.
manufacture them, or like some sort of way to recycle them, because
Could
right now
not
they have
use them. Could they not like?
No, they wear down.
no
eventually.
they have a short, well yeah,
No, but
imagine
that's what I'm saying. Like, could they not like break the parts down and then reuse the parts like to build?
But
like,
they're-
some of it
getting-
probably.
yeah,
but not
some
all
of it,
it.
but most of it it's sitting out in the sun getting sun cooked for
yeah.
like absorbing all that solar energy. It's going to take a huge beating because that energy is quite hot and like enormous amounts of energy. So it's not going to be able to, even if you recycled it, it wouldn't really be up to par as like brand new technology or brand new parts. But because they have short lifespans too, so
It's like 7 years typically, isn't it?
yeah, something like that. And they're
They're
kinda
becoming
worried.
better though. Like that's the thing. It's like the old technology, but from what I understand, the newer solar panels last longer. And I think that's the whole thing. It's like when
Another thing about them recycling them. Apparently, it's super expensive because they're so big that it's hard to ship them to the recycling plants because it costs a lot of money. So they're like, well, we don't want to pay all this money, so we're just gonna leave them here or put them in a landfill or something easier.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's gonna have to get dealt with. But I do feel like I'm willing to bet that the good outweighs the bad. Like, I don't think solar power is bad for the environment. I think it has I think everything has negative effects. You know what I mean?
But it's not like overall necessary.
Like, I don't think that the negative effects outweigh the positive effects that it's giving.
Another thing, this is kind of big, that the IREA, which is the International Renewable Energy Agency, stated that by 2050, the world would need to figure out a way to deal with up to 78 million tons of outdated solar
Send them to
trash.
space.
And so New York is one of the biggest cities that produces the most trash on a yearly basis.
Piece of trash
No,
planet Earth.
and it
Fuck
only
New York.
it produces 14 million tons of waste every year. So
yeah, so
that's
I
a
mean
lot of
the whole
trash.
world's solar is going to add up to 5 times what New York has in a year.
It's pretty neat.
It's I don't know. I'm sure they'll that's the thing is they have tons of time to figure it out. There's gonna be some person that makes some revolutionary thing where they're like, all right, make this product out of recycled solar panels.
And they're like, oh fuck yeah, brother.
I'm sure, yeah, the rate the technology
They'll figure
advances
it out.
nowadays, I'm sure within a decade at least, we'll have something newer and cheaper.
Or
that
we'll just go
hopefully-
dump it in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll have the Kessler effect, and we won't be able to travel into space
Talking
anymore.
about Kess's house?
What? Is that a American
So,
Dad reference?
Speaking of power, so
Yeah.
El Salvador, this is a little two-parter. El Salvador, I'm sure a lot of people saw that they're trying to make Bitcoin one of their official currencies in their country. And El Salvador's main means of producing energy, apparently almost 100% of their energy is produced through geothermal means. So basically they use volcanic and geysers and stuff like that to produce their power. And El Salvador's president or dictator, whatever it is, I'm not too sure.
The dictator.
He within 6 days legalized everything that it's going to take to do this. Is
Got
encouraging.
the fast track going.
Yeah,
Dude,
it helps when you just make the rules. But they're encouraging all their geothermal companies that produce their power to also create crypto farms and power their farms through geothermal power, because that's the big thing right now with crypto is that people are saying it's bad for the environment because it has such a strain on energy.
So use
So they're trying
volcanoes.
to-
But if you use geothermal, it's natural
Yeah.
production of energy. So if they do actually make Bitcoin their official currency, along with having the cleanest energy in terms of how they create the crypto, I mean, that's kind of a very interesting idea. And if once one country adopts Bitcoin, I could see a lot of countries that have their currencies.
Even a lot of
jumping on the wagon.
smaller countries would probably.
I think it'll be mainly countries that have their currencies ruined.
Yeah,
I think it's Zimbabwe that had hyperinflation, that it was things cost trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
And they mainly deal in USD now, but why not switch and make your main currency Bitcoin?
Yeah.
And that's going to get rid of, more places that take on Bitcoin, it's going to be less and less volatile, I think. I mean, I'm assuming that the volatility...
Well, yeah, the more
would go-
people that are in it, the
Yeah.
less volatile it becomes pretty much.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting. I'm interested to see how it goes. Some countries are like, we want to ban crypto. El Salvador is like, nah, we want to be run
We
by
want to
crypto.
embrace crypto. We want to become crypto.
El Salvador, most liberal country in the world. Probably not.
I don't know.
But
We don't know. We've never been there.
yeah, well, speaking,
Nice.
For yourself.
for yourself, Brittany Spears, officially her own person, has come out and said that she believes her father deserves to be in jail. And that
I
she
think
was,
so do millions of other people as well.
Hashtag free Brittany.
Yeah, she said that she was basically a slave to him, which is
She was.
Yeah.
that's fucked up. I'm glad that she's gotten out of that situation.
I don't think she's even still out of it. I'm pretty sure her dad still might like.
No, I don't think he has any. I think
Are you sure?
I'm
Because
pretty sure the court settled that he at least doesn't get to like make her decisions for her anymore.
Yeah, because she had that whole thing where she went on that, like, quote-unquote psychotic break, and then,
So she shaved her head and all that.
yeah, her dad got, like, basically control over every decision she ever made, all her money, like, when and where she could go outside,
Yeah, literally
and,
controlled
like,
everything
what
she
she
could
can
do.
post on social media and stuff.
It's-
Like, it's crazy.
It's fucked.
You don't think, like,
Imagine how much money he probably embezzled too.
oh, yeah. And, like, it's crazy to think that normally in those situations you don't think that happens to, like, famous people and people with a lot of money, but that just brings you down to reality that she's just a normal person and that can happen to anybody.
Yeah, well, if it happens to me, people aren't going to make out as well as he did with how much money he made.
Luke, I own you now. You've signed a contract. You do not know what you've signed.
It's now your splintery deck.
Yeah. And I'm going to get you to sand it.
But yeah, and then the last thing that I thought was kind of interesting, the Jesus. The
United Federation.
The United States life expectancy dropped by 1.87 years. That's the
Which
largest.
is very significant.
That's the largest drop since World War II. That means during Vietnam it didn't drop as much as that.
And a lot of people died
A lot of
at Vietnam.
Like that's not good. I'm
No.
sure there's a lot of factors in that.
I'm sure there's a lot of factors because
I'd say
there's a lot of obesity.
obesity
now.
and probably a lot to do with how lax their tobacco
And their healthcare system too,
and their
because
healthcare
you
system.
have to pay like
that's the problem is
hundreds
like
of thousands of dollars.
their tobacco and alcohol is extremely cheap because they're not getting taxed health tax on it.
Yeah,
And then people smoke and drink like crazy, then they get sick and then they can't afford
yeah,
healthcare.
because they spend it all on alcohol.
Yeah, so that's kind
It's a
of
vicious cycle.
that's scary because most places life expectancies are always rising. And
Yeah.
America's is dropping.
I can
did
see.
It's mainly because of infant mortality going down that life expectancy actually goes up.
Yeah,
Is like the most significant one.
yeah.
But I think in general life expectancy.
Well,
has
now that they
actually-
found out that people can live up to 150 years, I mean,
Yeah.
life expectancy might plummet. Or not plummet, go through the roof.
Yeah.
Plummet's the opposite.
To the moon.
Yeah.
With SpaceX.
Exactly. where
But,
everyone mind
yeah, I
was
can
this whole
see-
time.
Like, the U.S., if they don't figure it out, I feel like they're going to be in big trouble in the next couple decades. Even
I
the
feel
next
COVID
couple,
was a
like,
big-
years.
I think they're too divided to figure it out at this point, unfortunately. I think one group of people could have the cure to death, and the other people would
Be
tell
like,
them,
it's wrong.
yeah,
Yeah.
or it's just no matter
The government's brainwashing you.
if the Democrats had the cure to death, the Republicans would hate it. If the Republicans had a cure to death, the Democrats would hate it.
That's a problem
Neither one
with-
would ever bring it onto market because they wouldn't want the other one to succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it'd
the
be
problem with
two parties
two
and
parties.
just how people blindly attach to a party rather than deciding who they vote for per election.
deciding on based on their personality and what their goals
Instead,
are.
it's just
and
like I'm not even going to pay attention. I just vote for Democrat or I just
Yeah.
vote for Republican. Like it's,
Hell yeah, brother.
and I think that's really everything we've got for.
that's about all our
Yeah,
topics
I went
this
down
week.
a little Brittany rabbit hole there for a second.
And,
Yeah, Brad was vigorously looking at Brittany stuff on his phone.
and we've also figured out how our soundboard is shut off about 7 times, but we figured out how we're gonna fix it for next
My
week.
laptop doesn't have enough power for it, so
So we're just gonna get a powered USB hub.
Should
and
get a
hopefully-
better laptop.
yeah, so we need you guys all to donate about $500 each so that I can get a new computer. No.
our 2 viewers, Nick and Phil and Ali. There we go. There's the new computer.
No,
We're
Phil,
counting on
Phil
you
already
guys.
played his part.
We're counting
Shout
on
out
you.
Phil.
Yeah, shout out Phil. But yeah, thanks everybody. I hope the sound quality was
Yeah, I
better.
Shout
hope-
out to everyone, really.
Yeah, shout out to everybody who bought a shirt. Like, honestly,
Anyone who just listens.
Yeah,
we appreciate everybody.
everybody. Thank you. We appreciate people that don't listen even.
Yeah.
Just
We
appreciate-
just are a bunch of lovers who love people.
Just love them all.
And don't forget the hockey talk.
Yeah, we will be bringing you some hockey talk, some fresh new hockey content here after this conclusion. But yeah, if you're not already following us on Instagram, go ahead and do that. It helps us out a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit.
It
And
helps us
every
out a
little bit
lot.
helps.
And
It
if you
does.
enjoy it, feel free to share it with your
Yeah.
friends.
Share
Yeah,
it.
the biggest way that we can grow this is word of mouth.
Word
That's
of
the
mouth. And leave us some ratings.
ratings and word
Ratings
of
help.
mouth are key. If you can tell, if you told 2 friends to listen and then they told 2 friends each to listen, we'd have
In a month, we'd have the whole world listening.
yeah.
Something like that.
But yeah.
You were all here in the ground floor. We will remember you.
Yeah. Yeah, for those of you listening right now while this episode comes out,
We know each and every one of you.
we know you all. We believe
We have your
That
IP
together-
addresses.
we can accomplish anything.
Yeah, hockey talk time. Bye, everybody.
All right. So, yeah, have a good rest of your day. Thank you for listening again, and peace.
Bye.
0 peace.
And we're back with the...
Hockey talk.
Yeah.
We don't have a ton to talk about, but we got a little bit.
A little bit.
First one. Heard the news. Montreal fans heartbroken.
Celine Dion's a fucking traitor.
Celine Dion
Not actually.
wearing
No,
a Vegas Golden Knights jersey.
It was. It's been proven that it was all photoshopped and that she wasn't actually wearing it, so all is good. And
Does she perform? She performs
Montreal,
in
man.
Vegas,
Yeah,
doesn't she?
does.
So I honestly wouldn't blame her if she had more of a affiliation with Vegas. She's
She was
been there.
born in Montreal. She's grown up there.
Yeah, but she's probably lived in
Why'd you
Vegas
say
as long as she
Montreal?
lived in
No.
Montreal at this point.
Yeah, but if I was, like, born in a province or state that had a hockey
Plus,
team,
I think she's
I
like
wouldn't
supported
really
them and stuff before. Like,
show allegiance. I'd just like whoever I
Yeah,
like.
she probably gets paid extra if she cheers for Vegas.
yeah, she's like,
The Bellagio is like, we will pay you more if you wear this
We'll
tell
give you a
people to come
$5 million endorsement deal for the season. If you
deal. Yeah, fuck Montreal.
say less.
Where is Montreal?
I'll tell people I don't actually speak French for that much money. The Seattle Kraken
Yeah.
hired their coach.
Fired? Wow,
Hired.
already.
Already got rid of him.
He didn't win them the.
Yeah, he
didn't
hasn't
get
won
in
a
the
game yet.
playoffs yet. So
Old Dave Hextall, not a guy know a lot about.
I thought it was real. I really thought what's his name, Vegas's coach from the first year was going to come back. But Galanka, where did he get hired? He got hired recently.
I'm blanking on this. New York.
Rangers, yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. We'll see what he does.
Dave Hackstall.
Dave
Yeah, I used
Hackstall.
to coach in Philly, like when they had him and Ron Hextall was the GM.
Do you think it get confusing with their names being so similar?
are they
Perhaps.
brothers?
Well, Hextall and
No.
Hackstall.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said the same
No.
thing.
No.
They
Are,
do
are
sound
they
similar,
brothers
though.
though?
Maybe blood brothers.
Maybe. Eskimo brothers?
Maybe. Wait, what? Us?
No. With Luke?
Wait,
Whoa,
what?
whoa, 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 whoa. Save that for when we're 150.
I'll be waiting.
Series updates.
Wow. What's going
Montreal.
on?
Islanders in Tampa Bay.
Heading
Islanders tied up last night. The series is 3-3 going into
Wow.
a sudden death game 7.
Still potential for my Islanders in 7 call.
That's true. And
potential for Montreal in 6.
Ooh.
Don't think anyone's
They're up
seen that
3-2, aren't
coming.
they?
They are. They should have, honestly, this series should be over. They should have won fucking the game 4. That was just tough luck for them, honestly.
The amazing reffing. Best reffing I've
Yeah.
ever seen in the NHL.
Some
Yeah, I
unreal
heard
reffing.
that Vegas didn't get any
Chris Lee
penalties
should
or
be
something.
banned from the NHL forever.
Oh, it's just been ridiculous.
it's-
Corey Perry's bleeding out on the ice, and they're like, huh?
Yeah, I didn't see it. Shea Weber just gets fucking viciously ran from behind into the boards.
Nah.
And then he has to give him like 6 cross checks to the back in order to just get a retaliation, like take both of them call. Like, what the fuck? Nick Suzuki punched in the face. Literally
just
in front
looks
of the
away.
ref.
Ref's like,
Chris Lee's like, yeah.
There's
hold
literally
on, I
there's
didn't
literally
see
a video
Fuck,
where a
who's
ref
up in the
watches
stands?
somebody get punched in the face, watches it, and then just looks away like he didn't see it. Like it's
Oh fuck! There's that.
oh,
there's
hey,
there's-
Mom. Hey, what are you
There's a
doing
young
here?
lady from Shawinigan. Yeah.
So-
just amazing, but I did not expect Montreal to be up 3-2 in this series.
no, me neither. But and I keep
Should've been-
saying
should've
it, I
been
keep
done
doubting
4-1.
it, and somebody's like, "Well, if Montreal goes the next, do you think they could beat Tampa or the Islanders?" I'm like, "No," but you know what? Maybe. Who
Yeah,
fucking
like,
knows?
Nobody believed in them. I didn't think
They
were
wouldn't
gonna
have
pass
made the
first
playoffs.
round.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have made the playoffs if it wasn't. had
No,
the
exactly.
divisions
If
there.
there wasn't the divisions weren't set up how they were, there's no way Montreal was making it.
So it shows that it's just about like
Getting hot
it's
at
as
the right
much.
time.
It's not even necessarily all skill. It's slightly luck in
It
a
is
way.
like it's literally just
It's all
who's
about
getting
who you
hot.
know.
Like, Carey Price has been amazing for them, and they've been scoring.
If they win
enough.
this, Carey Price Hall of Fame. Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. If they win it,
If he gets, I think if he
If-
gets a cup, he'd probably get
yeah,
Hall of Fame.
even
Not first
yeah.
ballot, but like
I think if he wins a cup, like he's had a pretty good career, like goaltending wise.
how many Vezinas does he have?
Bad.
No idea.
But-
Definitely
Let's make predictions on the different scenarios. So we'll start with
Oh, what was that?
we'll
an unpopped kernel.
we'll start with Islanders and Montreal.
He almost gave me a bruise like Luke.
Mine's gone down now.
If it's Islanders, Montreal, like I don't know.
Islanders in 6.
Oh, Montreal in 6. Fuck it.
Jackson.
Islanders in 3.
Okay.
Islanders in 5.
And then we'll say Islanders Vegas.
Islanders in 7. or
Vegas
6.
in 7.
Islanders in 7.
Islanders in 5. If Vegas Force keep playing like they do,
Yeah, that's true.
the Islanders would punish them.
That
Okay,
is true.
Tampa and Montreal.
Tampa in 4.
I'll say Tampa. I hate to say it. Probably Tampa in 6. I think.
Yeah,
I think
I feel
Montreal
like
takes
Tampa in 6 would be a fair one.
And then Tampa and
But
Vegas.
fuck it. Montreal in 7.
Montreal. And Tampa, Vegas.
Tampa in 6.
Ooh. I was gonna say Tampa in 6 too, but
You can
Tampa.
go with
We'll
me.
do Tampa in 5.
I'll do Vegas in 7.
Fuck Vegas.
Maybe they're 4. Well, when's Chandler supposed to come back?
No clue.
If he comes back, Vegas in 7. If he doesn't come back, Vegas in 7.
Mate.
But it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see.
Big game tonight, 9 o'clock actually.
Yeah.
Potential series ender tonight
Is it?
in Montreal too.
Yeah, I might.
And it's Montreal, like some big national Quebec holiday today as well.
Oh, yeah?
So mix that in with a Montreal win tonight. The streets of Montreal going banana lands.
I
the
might be-
masks are coming off tomorrow.
Oh baby,
I might just put a little bit of money on Montreal tonight. See what happens.
do
Yeah.
it.
And I'm definitely gonna put money on the Islanders tomorrow.
Oh, he is back. He played last game.
Did
I'll
he?
put $100 on the Islanders.
Bluff.
You wouldn't do it.
I'll do it.
That'd pay you out like 225 probably, 250.
Not bad.
Depends. I got them at 2. I get them at a 2.25 last night for overall win.
Now that it's single game betting.
well, the thing is,
Fucking
you have to
single
choose
game.
if you want to bet for overall win or them to win in regulation,
Oh.
or you can bet on a draw. Draw meaning
Draw
they go
makes
to OT.
more.
Depends. But yeah, typically a draw is a 4.
Ooh, $400 on a 100. Not bad.
And that's just they have to go to OT.
Yeah.
That's actually
dare you
I
to do
don't
it.
normally bet that, but I feel like in the playoffs
I'm gonna
betting
have to
draws
call
not
up my
bad.
buddy.
Well, Montreal's how many of their games they've played? What 5 games and 3 of them have gone to overtime.
I'm gonna have to call up my buddy Barzell and get him to put it into overtime.
Yeah. The quad monster, Matt Barzell. Grinelli's fucking.
Dude, look at his fucking quad.
He does. Okay, Matt Barzell actually does have fucking tree
quads.
trunks for fucking legs, though.
Well, I mean, he was fastest player in the league, so he needs to pump those legs somehow.
At one point he was. I don't think he. I think Dylan Larkin's probably the actual fastest player in the league. On a good night, I think Dylan Larkin might have it. That dude's fucking. Too bad he's on the the shittiest team
in the league.
Detroit will probably actually be pretty good in some they
You
have.
just gotta give them some time.
Give them a few more years. I mean, with fucking Yzerman running it,
I'm sure you'll figure it out. Yeah.
I'd say give him 3 more years of being bad and get some draft picks. Maybe draft a couple more Datsuks and Zetterbergs in the 7th round.
And the 6th and 7th.
Yeah, and
See if you can't get a little lucky.
I don't think that would happen anymore.
No, I mean, you never
I think,
know,
but I think
like,
scouting is getting, with the
better.
availability of the internet. I think
Yeah.
scouting is getting a lot better. Into you're still gonna have those people, but you're not gonna have as many people slip to
Well, and you'll also have people that are all right, and then they just break out and just become superstars that are.
But I don't think those people are gonna drop to 6th or 7th anymore with the availability of the information. I think it's gonna be more common for 3rd, 4th rounds. You know what I mean? I don't think you're gonna have a Datsuk drop to the 7th anymore. But then again, you have undrafted players come in and fucking.
Exactly. You
tear
never
it
know
out.
what can happen.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah,
I was
just like
undrafted
you.
and
Now you're
got called
star.
up. Now I'm a superstar.
Yeah. What team do you play for?
All of them.
Toronto.
With how their playoffs went, yeah, probably.
Yeah, they wanted. Yeah, they're always on wanting forwards. So called me up.
I had somebody tell me that they should trade Morgan Riley for another forward.
They should. They really should. Defense isn't a problem in Toronto. They need more.
And they
forward.
also say,
They need people to score.
fuck Anderson, what's his name will be fine. He's only making $750K, so that's a steal of a deal. It's well, he had one good year. I don't know if I'd gamble on that, but Toronto fans genuinely think Frederick Anderson is a shitty goalie. And I'm just what?
He's really not. He just before there was one year when he was facing a ridiculous amount of shots every game.
Before they got Muzzin.
Yeah.
Muzzin
Now
was
it's
a good
bad,
pickup
but
for
still.
them.
Muzzin
And they
is
still have a
buzzing.
couple younger guys that are still learning and coming up through the system too. Toronto.
They have a
needs to-
couple good defensive prospects, but they need to give them
But
a
they're
shot.
gonna trade them away.
Yeah,
before they ever get
that's
on
probably
their
what
team.
they'll honestly do. But yeah, I think that's everything we got this week.
Yeah, I think
That about wraps up
it
this episode of This Week in an Hour.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
In probably about an hour after editing.
25,000 cuts. All right, bye everybody.
Have a good day.
Zero, please.